Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's intermediate Pilates Reformer workout. We're using the foam roller. Starting on 3 red springs and having your jump board in place, you'll lie supine and place the foam roller against the jump board with your feet against the roll. Place the feet on the roll parallel on your arches and inhale, lengthen your legs out to straight. Exhale, return, trying to keep the roller stable and avoid it from shooting over the top of the jump board. I had moved the carriage out to second gear for Kelly's length of her legs, and you can do the same or maybe further if you're really long. And if you feel like when you bring the carriage home your knees are bending too deeply, then definitely move your gear shift back a couple of notches. And of course, if this spring tension feels too heavy for your knees in particular, or just for your lack of stability possibly on the roller due to it being an unstable surface, then by all means go lighter. If it feels too easy, then go heavier. Last one, coming all the way in, change to your toes, keeping the feet parallel, pressing through the balls of the feet without moving the roller. Lengthen those legs on an inhale, bend on an exhale. Press your legs to straight and then lower and lift your heels. Once again, keeping that roller really stable. Be very cautious on this one, not to let the heels go too low and the roller slip out from under your feet. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other, keeping those back bottom ribs down to the mat, abdominals knit tightly together. Final one, return the carriage home and go into Pilates V on the toes, heels connected. Inhale, press away, squeezing the upper inner thighs. Exhale, bend back in. Last one, and then we'll go wide on the heels. Place your feet as wide as your jump board, not as wide as the foam roll, and then lengthen and bend. Inhale and exhale. Last repetition. And when you return to the carriage home, remove the foam roller. And if you have somebody with you, they can do what I'm doing for Kelly and place the foam roll through the long straps. And you can take the time to drop your knees side to side, or you can come up and put that foam roller through your Pilates straps, the long straps if you have double loops. You should be on one red and one blue spring. I had previously moved Kelly's carriage out to second gear, and I'm bringing it back to first gear. This would also be the time to remove the jump board so that it's not in your way. You're going to take the foam roll into your hands. Hands can be inside or outside the width of the straps, and you're going to press your roller down to your knees, which will be lifted into a chair position. So the further you back up your legs, the lower your arms will get to go. That's totally up to you. They can be at a perfect 90 degree and the arms won't go very low, or maybe you push them further back and they go lower. So move from those armpit muscles, from the lat muscles, pressing that roller down and up. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping those abdominals tight. Now you're going to bend and straighten your arms, little tricep presses. The elbows will hover the mat, and you bring that roller towards your face or chest, and then push the arms to straight. Keep the arms straight, roller at your knees, and lengthen your right leg out towards the footbar and back into the roller, and then other leg. Continue to alternate legs, keep pushing through that roller. Anchor your abs down to the spine, anchor your back bottom ribs into the mat, and breathe. Raise your arms to the ceiling, let your carriage come in, then rest your feet down. You can drop your knees side to side. Next, we're going to do a version of double leg stretch. So knees come in towards your abdomen, and then you press the roller to your knees or maybe above your knees, and the head is going to stay down for this one. As you lift your arms overhead, your legs lengthen out towards the footbar, squeezed tightly together. Inhale, the arms and legs apart. Exhale, hug everything back in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug. As those arms are reaching away from your legs, keep your abs pressed down, keep your back bottom ribs pressed down. Anchor those front ribs as well, and still be able to breathe and finish. Now place your feet against the roller inside the straps. Lengthen your legs out. You can be on your arches, legs are parallel, close together. And you're going to lift and lower the legs. Your top height of the legs should be just below the center of the ceiling or as low as they need to be where your tailbone is still on the mat. And your low point is to the spot where you feel like you can get really low but your back doesn't arch off the mat or create a large space of air underneath your spine. Inhaling as the legs go down, keeping your back anchored. Exhaling to pick the legs up. One more up and down, and then you'll bend your knees in and out, keeping them inside the width of your straps. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to bend. Tailbone stays heavy on the mat the entire time. Last one, and then you're going to alternate. You lift the legs up, lower them down, bend them in, extend them out. Lift up, lower down, bend in, press out. Push your legs to straight and turn your feet out into Pilates V. When you found your footing, you're going to bend your knees into a frog and press them out to straight towards your foot bar. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to bend. Press to straight and go wide on your feet. So as wide as those straps are, and you can move them wider if needed. And then bend in and press out again. Grab your ropes, straighten the legs, pull them overhead to give you a hamstring stretch. Aim your tailbone down as you bring those legs towards your head. Place your hands on the mat, push your legs to straight, bend your right knee, the foot comes off the roller, left foot stays in the center of the roller. As you bend your left leg, kick your right leg up and over the roller and then reverse or alternate. So the next time the right leg goes under the roller and the next time it goes over. You're bending and straightening the knees in opposition, breathing in and out, keeping that roller as stable as possible. Switch feet. Right foot goes into the center of the roller, left knee bends towards your chest, bending your right leg, bringing the roller in, you kick your other leg underneath and then over top. And continue to alternate. You should keep your foot pointed here. Place your feet on the roll and pull on the straps. Give yourself another hamstring stretch. Remove the foam roller from your feet, return your carriage home, and lay that roller over top against the frame of the machine. Come all the way up and switch to one red spring and place your long box onto your reformer mat. Headrest can be flat because for a moment you'll sit to face the headrest to be able to reach the foam roller, holding on to the outer edges of it. And then you'll walk your butt backwards. So you're sitting closer to the edge of the box, back edge of the box, that is, and then feet will straddle the sides of the box so that you have more pull. With those hands wide and fingers broad, you're going to pull that roller to your chest, sitting nice and tall, squeezing those middle and upper traps. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one, and then your hands will go underneath the roller, inside the width of the straps. Curl back if you need to, or hinge back and do some bicep curls, bringing that roller towards your face. Exhale, inhale. Finish here, and then make sure you have a hand width behind your bottom between you and the edge of the mat. Then lengthen your legs on top of the mat, and again hold on to the outer edges of the roller. Curl partway back and then side bend to the right, pull the roller into the chest. Straighten the arms, tilt to the other side, pull the roller into the chest. You're going to continue to alternate side bending and doing this lat pull or trap pull, and bring that right in, breathing in and out as you go. Final one, sit tall, remove the strap from the right side of the roller, turn your whole body to face the long edge on the left of your reformer. You're going to make that roller be upright in a vertical position, and the strap is close to the bottom edge, and you're holding your hands underneath of it. You're going to sit tall and twist to the left towards the foot bar for serape, rotating around using those core muscles to turn you. Next, you'll turn your whole body to face your foot bar. You're straddling the box and sitting close to the back edge of the box. And then bring that roller in front of you and replace the strap that was on the left side. So you're basically seat belted in behind this roller, one strap on either side. Palms face up under that roller, and you're going to reach out for serve the tray or serve the brownies about to eye level and lower back down towards your abdomen. Inhale and exhale. Bring the roller back to your body and turn your palms to face the other way. So fingertips up to the sky, and do this chest press or front shoulder press. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Now walk your hands a little closer to the center, push those arms to straight, then bend your elbows, bringing the roller towards your forehead, and extend for tricep presses. Inhale as you extend the arms, exhale as you bend them. Lower the roller down, remove the strap on the right, and turn your body to the left. So your legs will be hanging over or resting on the carriage, and you're going to do serape on this side. Remember, your hands are underneath the strap. The roller is vertical. Remove the roller from the strap, hang that strap up. We'll come back to the roller in just a little bit. You're going to lay prone or lie prone on your abdomen, facing your foot bar for swan facing front. I'm lifting Kelly's bar a notch so that it's in low bar position. Hands will be wide on the foot bar, chest is off the box. Classically, your heels are together, but if that doesn't feel good to your low back, then separate your legs. Press your arms to straight. Rise up with straight arms, giving your abs a stretch. Lower down, and then bend your elbows to bring the carriage home. Do it again. Push out and lift up. Lower down, bend, and come home. Keep going. Lower down and return the carriage home, and we'll do some jumping. You're going to push off that foot bar. I'm moving the tower push-through bar out of Kelly's way so her feet don't hit it. And she's going to press off and land gently 10 times. Catch that foot bar and then press your arms to straight for one more swan lift to stretch. Lower down, bend your elbows and bring the carriage home. Come off to your left, and when you're standing on your feet, reach down to your toes and stretch your back. Whenever you've finished stretching, you'll do what I'm doing, which is removing the box for Kelly and placing her bar in high bar position. And she's going to be on one red and one blue spring for elephant. Place the foam roller against the shoulder pads and stand on your carriage carefully, hands on the foot bar nice and wide, and your feet will be in line with the shoulder pads but flat-footed in front of and against the roller. Round your back like a scared cat. Your back bottom ribs should stay against the imaginary wall or ceiling above you, and move your legs back and forth without letting those ribs come off of what you're imagining to be the ceiling. And press and pull. Inhale and exhale. Rise up to tippy toes, heels against the roller, and do the exact same thing. Push your spine to the sky, keep it there as you move your legs back and forth. Bring that carriage home after this one. Carefully stand on top of the roller. Your heels will be on the shoulder pads, toes will be on the roller, so you're somewhat flat-footed, and then you're going to press back and forth. Same thing, keeping your spine rounded, back bottom ribs against the ceiling. Step off the machine, lower your foot bar to low bar position, one blue spring. You're going to place the roller on the frame of the machine behind the shoulder pads or behind the carriage, and then kneel against the shoulder pads. Once you're kneeling, make sure your knees and hips are in line, and then you'll know to move your roller out and underneath your shoulders. So that's going to depend on where your knees are placed. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and if that feels too close, you can always do what Kelly's doing and move the arms further away. But tuck your tail, round your back, scoop your belly, and pull that carriage towards the roller without moving the roller. Exhale every time you tuck under and pull. Final one, and push back into a child's pose. Come to a seated position on your carriage. The roller will be against the shoulder pads, and you're going to lay down against it with the tips of your shoulder blades against the roller. So you're in an ab curl or a C curve, feet against the low bar, and you should be on one red spring. You could also be on one blue if you prefer. We're going to do some jumping, so because you're using the foot bar, you have to be really careful and have a soft landing. Arms reaching long by your sides, either on or off the mat. Stay in that ab curl. Push off carefully and then softly land on your toes. Inhaling as you press away, exhaling as you land. You want to be real careful not to land too hard or lock your knees. And again, making sure your head stays forward and high and you're in a good ab curl, not leaning back too far. Next, you're going to land with your feet wide apart. So hip distant or a little wider. Soften your landing, nice knee bend, keep those abs scooped and curled. Last one, then we're going to alternate land together and land apart. Feet together and feet wide. Next time you land with your feet wide, keep your feet attached to that bar, push your legs to straight, hands behind your head, and arch back over your roller, giving yourself a good stretch. Make sure to drop those heels and stretch your calves as well. Curl up to sitting, bring that carriage home, and then remove the roller from behind you because you're going to lay down on your back. Make sure you've switched to all reds and blue springs or 3 springs. 3 reds are fine. And then place your feet on the foot bar when you're lying down and place that roller underneath your sacrum. And it should be horizontal. Hands will be on the roller so that it doesn't come out from underneath you. And you're going to raise your legs to the ceiling, and that's a good test to make sure the roller's in a good spot, because if it's not, it will come out. And you're going to scissor the legs. One leg goes overhead, one goes towards the foot bar. Toes pointed, lots of energy shooting through your legs, abs stable, and neck is relaxed. I like the headrest down for this. Just one, and then bicycle those legs. One leg reaches long and try to get it to go so low as it's coming in that you gently tap the foot bar. Be very cautious not to hit it too hard. Keep those hips stable on the roller. Inhaling and exhaling. Next, reverse with flexed feet. You might not be able to tap the foot bar, and that's okay because you don't want to jam your leg anyway, so just be careful on this. Straighten your legs to the sky, toes pointed for walking. 6 steps down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down, and up, down, and up. Good job. Bend your knees into a frog, heels together, toes apart, knees also apart. Kick your legs out low over that foot bar, but anchoring your back, bottom, ribs, and your abs, and then bend in. push to straight, bend back in. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Now we're going into a version of fish. Keep your legs straight, bring them overhead, push your hands into the roller and arms to straight. As those legs go overhead, separate and flex your feet, and then bend your arms slightly if needed to roll down onto the roller so it's directly under your sacrum. Point the toes, bring them together, push overhead, flex and separate your feet, and roll down with control onto that roller. Point and together, up and over. Flex and separate, and then carefully land on the roller. And you'll reverse it, toes pointed and they're apart as you go up and over. And then you'll flex your feet, bring the legs together, and roll down with control and resistance. This is another reason your headrest needs to be down to protect your neck when you're doing this inversion. Finish this one, and then you'll bend your knees and place your feet wide on your foot bar. Hands are still on that foam roller. You're going to do a pelvic lift, so pressing into your hands, tuck your tail and peel your hips up into a bridge. And when you do that, push your arms to straight so the roller will not be directly underneath you anymore. Arms are straight and long. And then you're going to keep your heels pushing into that bar as you press the legs out and in. Inhaling and exhaling. You're going to do about 5 or 6 presses. And when you finish your final one, take your time with it. You'll bring that carriage all the way into the bumper, and then you'll bend your elbows slightly to drag that roller underneath your sacrum as you roll the hips down onto it. We'll do this one more time, but in Pilates V on the toes, this is a little bit more challenging position. Lift the hips, push the arms to straight, press out and in. 5 or 6 times, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to bring the carriage home each time. And when you finish your final one, you'll keep your carriage into the bumper, you'll bend your elbows slightly and roll the body down onto the roller. And then when those hips are down, you can bend your knees in towards you and roll your hips off of the roller, pushing it away from you. Take a moment to drop those knees side to side. Change to one blue spring, and we're going to do single leg stretches. So you'll take your right strap and put your foot in the short loop if you have a double loop. Left foot will be on the floor inside the well, right leg up to the sky. Pull on the rope slightly and stretch your right hamstring while you're also stretching your left quadricep muscle. Make sure that left leg with the foot on the floor, the knee is bent, foot tucked under you a little, and that knee is pointing straight forward, not out to the side. And just breathe and hold and stretch. You could put your headrest up as well if you prefer. Keep your footprint flat on the ceiling and cross the midline, making sure the back of your hips stay flat on the mat as that leg crosses over. And just hold for a full minute and breathe. You're stretching your IT band. Open that leg to the side to get an inner thigh stretch. If you prefer, your left foot could come up on top of the frame of the machine rather than being down on the floor. Pull that foot up towards your ear as it's open to the side. Bring the leg up, take your foot out, hang up that strap, and then switch to the other foot, other strap. Hamstring stretch for the left leg as you pull on that rope, and your right foot is on the floor. Foot is slightly tucked under you to be able to get a good quadricep stretch. Cross the midline for your IT band stretch. And then open your leg to the side for your inner thigh stretch. Move the strap and hang it up. Come up to sitting to face the long edge of your machine in 4th position with your legs. You should be on low bar and 1 red spring. We're going to do the side stretch, then side stretch with twist and arch, then mermaid, and then Cleopatra. So legs in 4th position, right shin is against the shoulder pad, left hand on the foot bar, side over and stretch, and then inhale, rise back up. Make sure your right sitting bone stays as close to the mat as possible when you go over into this rainbow bend of a stretch. Now side over, rotate and face down, push far away and get your chest really low, and then with straight arms rise up, pulling your carriage in, and lower down and away. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Inhale to rise up, exhale, lower down. One more time, you'll rise up, lower down, and once you're down low, slide your left hand into the center, right hand off and overhead, and then you'll peel back up into position the way you went over. Once you're upright, twist to the right, give yourself a tall lifted stretch. And then you're going to stack your legs, toes against the back shoulder rest for mermaid. Left hand on the bar, right hand, you're looking at it as though you're looking into a mirror. Push away, look forward, arm goes overhead. And then come back in and look towards your right hand. Make sure that you're pushing through your feet as well. For mermaid, you lay down on your side, is what you're feeling like anyway. Instead of bending the spine, it stays pretty straight and goes over and up. And then we'll be putting the feet behind the shoulder pad for Cleopatra. Right hand across your lap, left hand on the bar still. Push away, look up the ceiling to the right, and then look down to your feet. So your head stays turned to the right, and even as you look up, and then look down. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Get a good stretch on the left side of your waist, and then we'll turn around. 4th position with those legs. Right hand on the foot bar, push away, side bend, good rainbow stretch, and then lift back up. Your sits bones should stay against the mat even when you bend over. Drop that right shoulder as low as you can away from your ear. And on your next one, you'll be rotating to face down, hands wide on the bar, push far away, get low, and then inhale, rise up, pull in, exhale, lower down and away. Few more. Lower down and away. Slide your right hand into the center, left hand off and overhead. Peel back up and then twist to the left. And then we will do mermaid. You'll stack your legs, toes against your back, shoulder pad, right hand on the bar, looking at your left hand, which is considered a mirror. Push away and push through your feet as well. Lay down on your right side, reach overhead, and then inhale back up, looking at your hand. Look forward as you push away, and then rise back up, pulling in. Just one more time. Reach away, and then come in and up, and then we'll go into Cleopatra. Toes tuck behind the shoulder pad this time. Left hand across your lap, holding onto the mat. Push away, look up, and then look down to your feet. So your head stays turned to the left, no matter which position you're in here. And you've got one more. Inhale away. Exhale, return that carriage home. Get a stretch for the right side of your waist. Next, we'll do a piriformis stretch. I'm having Kelly turn to face the camera so you can see her. She's going to place one foot over her opposite thigh and lean forward and stretch. Make sure you start by hinging forward out of your hips, sticking your tail out behind you. And then if you choose to curl your spine the rest of the way forward, that's fine. But stay here and breathe deeply, relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders. And then you'll switch legs. Again, hinge forward and then curl the rest of the way if you choose. Place your left foot on the floor, and we're going to finish with an open chest stretch. Just clasp those hands behind you, open up the chest, lift the heart to the ceiling, and take a couple big, deep breaths. And you did it. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.